Peter, you have some new reporting, I know, on what led President Trump to make this move now, specifically related to what one White House official tells you was a perception of arrogance on the part of Maduro.
That's right. A senior White House official, Hallie, described it to me as, quote, overt arrogance. And it was sort of the impression that Maduro, in the days ahead of that stunning secret raid, was acting, in effect, arrogant by, among other things, rejecting multiple offers to surrender, including one, the White House says, from the president himself directly to Maduro, and also his sort of regular public displays of dancing, as it was described to me. Those all played a role in helping persuade the president's team, his inner circle, that basically Maduro was not going to step down and that he was defying or mocking the pressure campaign by the president. Wasn't the only one, but certainly was on the list. It gives you a sense of the way that it was viewed as we pull back the curtain on the views from within the West Wing here. I would say the following, which is particularly striking as we talk about steps, the next steps. We're watching the legislative efforts taking place in Venezuela right now. It's clear that this sort of dramatic surprise raid in many ways may prove to be the easy part right now. What happens next? How President Trump is able to begin this new challenge, what he's able to do with it, effectively transforming Venezuela from what he has called a broken country, or a mess in his words, into a stable, functioning one. That is the real challenge. And as we heard from the president first in his remarks on Saturday, he said, "We are running Venezuela."
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or watch live on our YouTube channel.